if you have a conversation with someone about immigration, they'll often bring up, yeah, but look at all the doctors and nurses that we bring in for the NHS. And I go, whoa, 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 whoa. I'll stop you there. That's a terrible thing to do, right? On two reasons, right? Firstly, the people here that are from overseas working in the NHS, incredible, right? And we need them. But we only need them because we haven't made a good decision at the moment, right? So the good decision I would make is I would say medical school should be not a quota of 11,000 people a year, which is what it is currently. It should be a standard. And if you reach that standard academically, you go to medical school. Don't even have an interview. If you're not very personable, you can work in the morgue. Fucking worry about it. But if you reach that standard, because there's two things going on. One, we're robbing young people of their dream of being doctors and nurses because we're importing cheaper ones from overseas. Right. It's cheaper not to grow them yourself. Yeah. But ultimately, what's society for?
It's cheap in the short term.
But in the long term, right, you bring people in, doctors from the third world. If you bring in a doctor from, I don't know, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, wherever you're bringing them from, it's not because they've run out of sick people there. It's not because they've gone, oh, do you know what, everyone seems fine. Everyone's really taking care of themselves here. I guess we should go somewhere. Where are there sick people? The UK, I hear. It's not that. So you go, it's two things. That those doctors are needed there. We need our, to train young people here to do something. And the idea that we go, we're not, and you want to expand that, you go, okay, well, I guess maybe let's take some gender studies budget away. If it's, I don't know, if it's not growing corn. I'm not saying you get rid of the department, but you get rid of some of it.
So what really sticks out to me, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity to talk about what I think the implications of this are. I think he's brought up a lot of good points. Like, we're not growing doctors here. We're not growing engineers here. We're importing them from other countries. And the first thing that comes to mind is that doctors from other countries are easier to control. They don't do what you want. They say things against the establishment. They can lose their green card. So it's very good for people who don't actually want to make people healthy, because if you want to make people healthy, you want as many opinions out there as possible, so you can figure out how to make people healthy. Because it's not like what they're doing is working so well. People are sicker than ever. Obesity is higher than ever. Cancer is higher than ever. I've been sick like my whole life. Sucks. That's why I think about this a lot. Like, maybe if we had some homegrown doctors that weren't worried about losing their green cards, maybe I wouldn't have had to struggle with insomnia for my entire life, because maybe the medical establishment wouldn't have pathologically willfully blinded themselves to the truth. I mean, all I did to figure out how to fix my insomnia was read the medical studies that have been published, and I just did that like a crazy amount. Just read all these studies and did a bunch of research, and like 20,000 hours of research. Like, I've gotten jobs in the medical field by walking into buildings and just saying, I'm Devin Young, I've researched your company, I'm here to talk to the CEO, and they hire me. So, yeah, done some research. People with PhDs and MDs talk to me and they're like, wow, you know what you're talking about. And I do. I know more about sleep than they do. They'd admit it. They're honest people. Just because I've read more of that research, and they haven't read that research. They haven't read the research that helped me fix my sleep problems. They read other research that makes pharmaceutical companies large amounts of money. And you could say, well, no, they're not. And yes, they are. And why is that? Well, maybe because these people from other countries are from cultures that are not free thinking, encouraging cultures. Maybe they need their job. They need their green card. Maybe it's because the educational system itself has become a farce. I really think the educational system itself has become a farce. I think that, I got 2 questions wrong on the SAT. My grades in high school don't reflect that. Not for lack of trying, but because literally my teachers just hated me. And they just looked for every opportunity to give me bad grades. Like even in math, they'd be like, I don't like the way you showed your work. F. Everything was right. This was my experience. I went to like one of the best school systems and best schools in Massachusetts, best public schools in Massachusetts, which is the best state in the nation for education. It was horrible. It was horrible. And it was horrible. When I was in fourth grade, the teacher confiscated the Odyssey from me. I was trying to read the Odyssey and she was just like, I was actually reading it. And she was like, you can't read this. It's not appropriate. It's a farce. It really just a complete farce. The reason that we don't grow our own doctors and the reason we don't... One second, I'm making a video. The reason we don't grow our own doctors and the reason we import all our engineers and all of this is because just eat the world, just consume the rest of the world. Just abort your own children, kill them. The children that don't get aborted, don't educate them, don't actually encourage them or give them what they need to succeed. Just discourage them and confiscate their learning materials. Do the opposite of what you're paid to do. And when I survived, I'm smart enough that I survived that system and I'm in a very good position now, but all the people that don't survive, and when we kill all free thinking and all higher education among our native population, we'll import all the smart people from the rest of the world. We'll do the same thing to their kids. And then we get to have the 1,000 years of darkness we want, which will allow us to do a lot. Maybe they'll allow the people in power to do a lot of pedophilia, which is what Satan, who rules this world, wants. You think that the dark powers that be want people to have these devices and talk about truth or talk to each other at all? 1,000 years of darkness so they can do pedophilia in secret. That's what they want. They haven't run out of sick people in their countries. They haven't run out of needs there. It's just consume the world. It's Apophis, the snake that Ra constantly devoured. I got to go give my wife and kids attention. I'm in a video making mode. I'm just making videos. So if you have a comment, leave it below and I'll probably make a video response because there's a lot I didn't get around to address, but it just drives me crazy, people. I want people to know about this. That's why I make these videos.